everybody, and welcome to the very first modded map, or custom map, for Star Wars Battlefront 1. The 2004 classic game that I'm doing here on the channel. It's finally here. I've been talking about it for a very long time. Many of you have also been asking about it for a very long time, and finally we're here. For today's map, I have a very humble one, a small one to begin with. And that is the Call of Duty 4 Shipment map. I, of course, did recently a Dust map, which is based on a map from Counter-Strike. And this is basically a map that is based on a popular multiplayer map by Call of Duty 4. And I talked about in the Dust map how I wish there were more maps that, you know, took multiplayer maps that already existed in other games as a base and just re-put them to Battlefront, because if they're very good like layouts of the maps that are very popular, it'll probably work in its favor and still feel different enough purely because of the mechanics from Battlefront and the unique weapons. I'm playing this with the Galactic Civil War because I do feel that this fits the best for this map. Again, you can also play this during Clone Wars, and you will have some unique things, where, for example, you have the Droideka, and a Droideka on such a close-range map is very, very deadly, maybe a bit OP. But you also do have, with the clones, you have some weapons that are absolute garbage. Things like the Engineer, the EMP launcher by the Jet Trooper is pretty good, but again, in such a close range, it can definitely not be that good. And in that sense, I feel that the Galactic Civil War era has way better weapons that will complement this type of map. I do have one request, and I don't know if any of you know what it is, but in order to, of course, make my thumbnails, make the screenshots, I always use like the free camera that comes with the unofficial patch in Battlefront 2, but I don't think there's something like that for Battlefront 1, though I could be mistaken. My knowledge about Battlefront 1 on the PC is very limited. So I wonder if any of you have any tips or things on how to get screenshots, how to like get a spectator camera. Maybe work with like console commands or something, I'm not entirely sure. But we'll see. If you guys can tell me about that, it would be a great help, because I could do with some cool screenshots of the maps that I'm going to be looking at. And there's a lot of maps for Battlefront 1. You wouldn't think so, maybe, because all the attention goes to Battlefront 2. But man, Battlefront 1 has a lot. And I still feel that they look amazing. In terms of the map review, again, I chose this one for a reason. Because, like I said, I wanted to talk about some other stuff, including the free camera, me playing Battlefront 1, you know, not being used to it. And that's because reviewing this map shouldn't take too long because it's so small. This might actually be the smallest map I've ever reviewed. There's another map that I have reviewed on the Kanoa channel, but not yet on the Battlefront Max channel, which is called Clone Training Facility. Or like Clone Training Grounds. Which is a very cool concept, but unfortunately it's a pretty mediocre to less map, because they only have 2 spawn points, meaning that if one team catches the other spawn point, the other team can immediately not respawn, and matches can last literally less than a minute, which is just not very fun. This actually takes that where you have 2 spawn points, but I also actually don't think that these are capturable at all. And it just makes it fun. It makes it balanced. It makes, you know, these quick drop in, and you immediately have some action gunplay. And again, it is pretty fun. It is satisfying. It's all very close range, so the action is very visceral. Because it's also so small, you don't need to have a lot of like assets and objects in the level to make it feel crowded. But you know, the pallets, the barrels, the containers, the grass makes it to where this area is very, very believable and nice looking. It's interesting how some like how the size of the map, you know, brings all sorts of new challenges or advantages with it. In my opinion, it's definitely a recommendation. I like it. Although it's a little bit simple, but it works. It's a lot of fun. I think also with people, it's a lot of fun. If you have like a jet trooper, we'll try and use that with the dark troopers. But you can probably get on top of these containers, snipe a little bit. Snipers are probably not too useful. We can actually try and be a sniper and see how well we can do something here. Do some cover here, but then again, Call of Duty, of course, also has snipers, and that's also, in general, or used to be, very close range. And it works. You get the shots done. Works better than I imagined. Good, solid map, in my opinion. Nothing too special, nothing too wild, but it takes a very great layout and translates it beautifully to Battlefront 2. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. This could be super fun with human players. The AI will, of course, never do this, even though we did see it fly just a moment ago. But you know how people are when they actually play multiplayer games. They try to extort everything here, and you'll definitely get this. In a sense, it's actually really good that the weapons of the Dark Troopers are not the best ones, because that will definitely ruin the balance there with the fact that they can just get on top of the containers and have free range on shooting everyone. It's cool too that, for example, the rebels have like a shotgunner type. In that sense, the asymmetrical units on each side, again, really brings that unique flavor to this map that something like Call of Duty doesn't. And I'm not saying that this map doesn't work on Call of Duty. It's also super fun there, and that's, you know, the gameplay is also solid as a house. But this is what I'm talking about. This is what justifies taking layouts of already existing maps and bringing them to Battlefront. Like, I wonder if some people would see it as lazy, but I definitely do not. Oh, Christ. What do we do? What do we do? Let's do a sniper rifle on their side, see how that works. I also have to say that I find the AI of Battlefront 1 quite superior to Battlefront 2. These units that you see here are on medium, and on Battlefront 2, I always play on hard, and they're still too easy in my opinion. And you see how close it is here. You can see, I guess, a little bit of minor critique. I don't know how you're gonna fix that, but it's not too bad because I do think they, once in a while, will get themselves loose. But you can see that some of the AI does get stuck in some of the corners. But here you go, he already unstuck himself. So it's only a problem for a few seconds, and probably will solve itself out. Actually, he might have still been there. There you go. See, there he lets himself go. Rocket launchers in this map probably quite useless. Oh, I went shot right in between them. I might switch again to the rebels just because I love their shotgun unit, the pilot. not that much of a popular pick in regular open field maps, but here, a great choice. I also love that there are no bugs that I get with, like, switching sides. Battlefront 2 has these, like, awful bugs sometimes where you cannot switch back. And I'm not hating on Battlefront 2. I still love Battlefront 2. I still think that Battlefront 2 is superior with all it has to offer. But man, does Battlefront 1 impress with all of the things it had already going for it. This is also one of those maps that if you had a hero unit on it, it could screw with the balance so much. Oh, I saw those two grenades. Oh, I'm alive still.
Over there. Over there. Over there. I hear something. Over there. I hear something.
Oh, well, yeah, that is bad. So again, that's my only critique, is that some of the units will get stuck in those corners. Maybe I can actually get a grenade in there. Oh! It's also one of those maps that really works with playing in first person. Alright, and there we go, guys. That is it. If you want to download this map, you can find the link to download in the description down below. Don't forget to let me know any recommendations or requests on maps or mods you want to see in this channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.